Hello everybody and welcome back to the next episode of Mount and Blade Bannerpage outside Huithril, where we are still holding on as an independent nation with our Gelon castle in Huithril. Last time we held off a very large force of the Rhodoks, but we used a lot of our grenadiers. A lot of our grenadiers died in that process. Are we going to be able to manage that again if they come back? Well, we've got a lot less of the very high quality mercenaries now with us, which is not ideal. So what I want to do, I think, quickly is just put these troops away because my morale is pretty low and I could do with that morale coming back. We'll grab the troops back in a second. But we know we can get relatively cheap morale here. 100 dinars for that. And we might even do this, although that does lower our honour. But now we can get our troops back. Pretty much how they were before. We're running with mostly dark troops for the time being, as best we can. Yes, we could take some Rhodok trained spearmen with us, but everything costs money, so we don't want to be going too heavy-handed for the time being, I would say. There's a few Rhodok lords around here we might be able to go after. We're convinced they might be worth bringing onto our side. Let me make sure my constable is not upgrading my troops. Whilst that is useful, I don't think it's going to be that useful in the long run, so stop training for now, please. We are fairly good friends with the Dark Knights, which is nice, which I wouldn't have expected. Grunwald is likely our next target purely because it's nearby. Although I'm trying to consider another option because unfortunately, the person I want to marry lives in there, and I don't think her father will give consent if I was to go and take out Grunwald Castle from underneath him, to be perfectly honest. There's 122 troops here, but they don't look that strong, so I'm willing to give it a go. You are a Rhodok Lord, but I don't think we're ever going to be very good friends with him, so I'm willing to fight him. I've got to remember I actually have less of the Rhodok crossbowmen with me now, so I'm probably less strong as an archer force, that's for sure. Although we do have some Dark Archers with us, plus Tashavi and a few others. And we will get our archers further back. I think he's coming in here. Let's actually get after him if we can. Let's take him off his horse. He's got a big 200 sword we're going to have to watch out for, but there he goes, knocked out. Okay, their cavalry is coming in. That's probably not too bad. More cavalry than I would have expected, but they don't look particularly high quality, which is fine. Good attack there. Tin, well done. I think we could probably afford to have some crossbowmen in our army, because I think their ranged troops would be better than ours, although the Dark Marksmen will do well. I don't know if they're as good, to be honest, as the Rhodok crossbowmen. There's a lot of Rhodok crossbowmen. Infantry cavalry are going to have to charge now, I think, because our Dark Marksmen are not going to be doing the job. There's plenty of crossbowmen here that we have to deal with. I'm not thrilled about sending my heavy cavalry in, but I don't see what choice I've got at this point. Okay, losing a few Dark Foemen or Dark Retinue, that's not too bad. Yeah, we're going to have to lose someone, so that's arguably the best kind of people we can lose, to be honest. That hair glitch is still happening, for whatever reason. as is the sound breaking. I do apologise, there's not much I can do about it. This game does just sometimes struggle with these things. We'll let the archers charge. Just the one troop left. It's being chased down, and the Vega veteran gets knocked unconscious by a Dark Knight. Excellent. Okay, battle 1. We managed to escape, but we do get to take his prisoners, which is not bad. And we'll get everyone upgraded here. Get a Yofa as well. Nice Berserker troops can be very useful. And we'll grab everything here to sell. We'll sell it here at Valuka. Again, it's been besieged. We'll have to see by how many people. We might have to consider that a lost cause if it's by too many Swadians. But we will go over there and have a look momentarily. Because the last thing we want to do is be captured and then lose our chance at looking after Uxal. Any Eastern mercenaries in here? It'd be wonderful if there were. Freelancer Knights aren't that useful. Ransom Broker will sell who we've got. And Contratorios, which we've already established, are very, very expensive. Strong Arbalest is not better than our current Arbalest, and there's no grenades here or anything else of particular use. Now then, we probably should have made peace with Swadia when we had the chance. How many people are here? At the moment, not too many. Gemus has returned from the Dark Knights. Queen Larkin's not willing to start a war with the Red Orc Republic. That's fine. How many are inside here? Only 132. Some people are actually running from us. That's curious. We're here for some time. Looks like they're actually not going after Ryibelet going forward, which is good. Our Lady Love's annoyed because we didn't visit her, but, you know, these things happen. Right, Ryibelet seems to be free now. So we can let it be on its... We can let it be on its way. Ah, are they attacking Grunwalder? Is that what it is? No, the Sarandon's going after Grunwalder. Interesting. There's a lot of fighting going on here. I will come try to see you, but we'll have to be when Grunwalder's available. Well, Captain Last, I found you have returned from my mission to the Northern Lands. In general, I was taking Regalar seems to think that King Giovanni and he have a common enemy in the Silent Sultanate. In this letter, King Ragnar addresses you as Lord of Uxal, which implies some sort of recognition. Excellent. That is certainly useful. We'll move Jomus back up. And we'll move Rolf back up as well. Rolf, we're going to be training up to take over a village or a castle when the time is right. So we can't take Grunwald. Maybe we can take Ryibelet, however one says it. Let's go have a look, see how busy it is. So there's only 100 in here. So I could probably do that with a little bit more in my party. I'll need a few more troops to make that happen. And then we can try assault there. Who do we want to take with us? Preferably some crossbowmen. I think the 27 Red Orc sharpshooters would certainly help with this endeavour. I'm not going to be taking this place for myself anyway. This is going to go to someone else. But, you know, we want to ensure we can take this place with relative ease. There we go. And we just pop into the marketplace here. Have a quick look at the armory. There are more Greek fire grenades. We've got to take them, surely, because we can use them during our own. We can use them during a siege. That'd be excellent for us. Or we can give them to someone else. Give them to Jeremus, maybe. That being said, Jeremus is set up as an archer, so maybe it's not ideal. But it's not very often we see those Greek fire grenades, so that's what we had to try. Right then. Let's see if we can slowly start expanding our lands and push the Rhodoks to make peace with us. It's a siege tower though, which is not great. That's 78 hours. We might be able to commit... Oh, hello. We might be able to call them to surrender. We'll have to see. I'm only going now because there's another Rhodok castle under siege. So this is probably the safest time for us to go after Ryibelet castle. The Saracens have taken Grunwalder, so that means they'll probably come over here and try and defend this castle unless they try to retake Grunwalder, which might be something they will do. Ooh, hello. We'll just have to hang around here. There's quite a few Rhodok lords. If you want to come after me, that's fine. 171 versus 84. This is just a quick way to knock out 84 of your troops, so I'm fine with this. Right. It's not a great hill to work with. Can we find something better? It's not Huithril. I guess we'll go here. Infantry here. Cavalry can just come down here. And then archers just behind, up here, I guess. So I think they're going to come to us. It looks like they are. Good. I wish we had a better map to work with, but we don't. But now we have a bunch more sharpshooters and Genoese troops with us. I'm more confident about our abilities to survive. And we now have a very high quality cavalry contingent, which we never used to. But between the Dark Knights and the Contatorios, they'll be pretty good at keeping things safe for us, I'd imagine. Okay, Dark Marksman has already started firing, which is good. Try to move the archers back a little bit. They might have a slightly better angle at things from there. This looks to be mostly Rhodok troops, that's fine. Let's get over our infantry line here and we'll dismount. The more we can take them out before they even get close, the better. But I'd like to keep my troops alive as much as possible, because of course we are going for a siege right after this. Okay, the Dark Marksmen actually starting to do some good work now. They weren't before. They're doing pretty well. We can add our own contributions for sure. The nice thing about the Rhodoks is they don't tend to have many bits of armour on them. I need to move my infantry over here because they're moving around rapidly. Infantry just hold over here for now, as best you can. I don't want my infantry behind my archer line. That feels inherently not particularly sensible. Actually, now we can start using some throwing weapons here, which is good. With our kind of grenades, but also with our Viking-like troops. Everyone can charge now. Okay. A few troops going down, but if they're only being knocked unconscious, that's less bad. Although we will struggle with morale issues because there are Rhodoks fighting Rhodoks here. And this, let's say that, Rhodok sergeant was causing a lot of issues for us, but we've dealt with the majority of them now, which is good. Oh, we lost the Dark Knight, that's unfortunate. That's a shame, really. Okay, battle 1. We're still no go again. We'll just charge the enemy. If we auto-resolve it, it won't work in our favour. But the Dark Knights and the Condottieri should be able to handle things, I would think. Hopefully without too much issue. It is a shame we lost the Dark Knight from before, but these things happen in war. I think these are mostly just infantry troops, so that shouldn't be too bad. Where's the last chap? It's just around here somewhere. Oh, there he is. It's you. You're the problem. Okay, veteran crossbow goes down, and that should be that battle won, and we can carry on the siege without any major impediment. They both managed to escape, which is unfortunate. We'll take the Sarnet troops here. Morale is below average. It's not ideal. We'll leave one space in case we pick up anyone important. I'm guessing it's because we're on a very long, slow siege here. But we'll have to deal with that once we've actually taken this place. If we take this place. Captain, I've been searching my mind to remember when I have seen Rolf, the one who calls himself a Baron. As I watched him in action during that last battle, I suddenly remembered he is a good fighter but also a vicious one. Back when I lived in the ravines, we would sometimes fight with the rival band called the Brethren of the Woods. Captain, I would not trust any man who hides his origins, and particularly would not trust a common bandit who calls himself a lord. Rolf, you don't have my support. Deshavi does. We can try to keep going here at Ryibelet Castle. Another 40 hours to go. So we'll keep waiting. The nice thing about this is that you can actually move around as long as you stay close enough by, which you never used to be able to do at in the original game. You didn't even have the ability to go out and get your troops up, kind of upgraded or anything like that. Obviously you have to stay within like a certain area. The Murdochs seem to be struggling a little bit because those parties look relatively small. They want to try it, don't they? They're close. 16 hours. They're still not going to surrender just yet. But I think we've got to keep trying here. You're coming in now. That's interesting. Baron Talrog. No, he's running away again. They so clearly want to fight, but they keep on running away. 8 hours to go. We'll have to watch our morale. Our morale's going to struggle here, I would think. But if we can take that... Yeah, see, morale's very low. But if we can just take this castle, then we can go deal with the consequences afterwards. We will leave the soldiers in the assault. Siege towers I'm not thrilled by, though. It's not ideal. It's a fairly nice hill up here, though. I might send my archers up here. They might have a slightly better run of things up here. They'll have slightly better access, I would think. There's only, what, 100 troops inside here, give or take? So we might be able to cause some problems, but we'll have to see. I also don't want to take a crossbow to the face if I can help it. Oh, okay, we've got a shot off there. Could be very wary of return fire, though. Dark Footman's gone down, but so far we are utilising our sharpshooters pretty well. Maybe we're better off targeting the people on these walls over here. That might go a little bit better. Well, I probably got my timing there slightly wrong. The problem is these guys are focused on the wrong people, so they're going to be shot if they're not careful. That was a bad miss. Still a bad miss. I don't know, I haven't been very good with my crossbows recently. There we go, at least we finally hit someone. I think we're just hitting their shields, not actually hitting them. But if we can break... I was hoping we could kind of break through these shields, but maybe not. But the siege tower is nearly at the front. We lost the Dark Knight, that's unfortunate. Dark Knights obviously take a while to train up, and are pretty strong. So losing them is a shame, but that's the way of these things. Shoot you. Okay, siege towers at the walls. We'll have the crossbowmen charge as well, should they wish. We lost the Yom's Viking. Okay, we're roughly about even at the moment. But we are... I do think we've got the higher quality troops, so we'll come in and push with melee, I think. Well, that could be very dangerous if we're not careful. There's a lot of troops here. This might be a mistake. Let's see if we can lend a hand here. We can certainly help assist trying to get this breach open quickly. So the quicker we can get this breach open, the quicker our other troops can get up here and assist. Okay, good. That's that bit done. Oh no, someone sees us. His shield on back, where was that from? Oh, it's down there. It's those guys above us. Lost another Dark Knight, which is a shame. I was about to say we're relatively safe here, but there are those chaps across the way. Hopefully we can get around and deal with them before they prove to be too much of a nuisance. Okay, you're dealt with, good. It's just these guys above my head I'm worried about, really. Just some damage to you. Because we could still be knocked out and this campaign be over if that knockout turns into a death. Let's attack you. Okay, I think it's just the lads in these towers now above me. So we're just going to have our shields up. Just as a matter of precaution. See if we can shoot this chap over here. Just wait for him to pop his head above the banister. When I say the banister, I mean the battlements. I'm not sure where the banisters came from. Okay, a good 43 damage there. Wait for him to poke his head again. There we go. Only one left. I think he might be in that tower up there, actually. I see his head poking out. Come on. Where are you? Ah, I think he might be involved in melee. That's fine. There we go. Yom's Viking finishing the job. Managed to take a screenshot. Well done, me. We lost 9 there. It's not too bad at all. Getting a little bit of morale from doing that. And we will take what we can. We'll take the... I prefer the Nord recruits, to be honest. And we'll take all these ships as well. We might just assign this to someone so they can start looking after this place quickly. Bunduk can come over here and do that, that's fine. Although, as he's not a noble, people will struggle to accept what I've given to him, but that's fine. Ryibelet has fallen to your troops, and you now have full control of the castle. You can squander spoils of war, worth 3,600 dinars. You may station troops here to defend against enemies who may try to recapture it. Also, you should now select whether you will hold the castle or give it to a faithful vassal. We will plunder it and share the spoils equally between your vassals and yourself. There's only 34 troops inside here. So we've taken Ryibelet, but we may not be able to hold it for that long. My morale is still below average, which is not ideal. I will dump these other random troops I picked up along the way inside, just as a little bit of an extra support. I mean, they're only recruits, they're not exactly spectacular. We just put some extra numbers inside, which is good. And hopefully from there we can do something good. I'm going to rush over to Suna if I can quickly. Yeah, as they've been besieging it pretty quickly, as was to be expected. So ransom broker nearby. Amarad, Jakuba, Nara, Dirim, Recheg, Kural, Uxal, Yokala, and Veluka. Fine. How much for morale? Too much. Much more than I can afford. Right, back to Ryibelet. Let's see if we can defend it. Or at least deter this guy from attacking. Until that's the bigger priority. Uxal's been besieged by the Swadians. That's a much bigger priority than this castle here is, unfortunately. Let's get back to Uxal in a hurry. How many people are actually here? A significant enough amount to cause problems. But I think one we can probably manage if we can survive being attacked here. You're going to attack us, but you're far enough away from someone else that we can actually deal with you. That's fine. And then hopefully we can deal with the other guys by getting inside the castle quickly. If Ryibelet falls, it falls, but we needed to defend Uxal. Uxal is a much bigger priority, I would think. Okay, they should be coming in. I think this is a Kurgat Lord. So hopefully we'll be okay against him. We'll join the firing line here, see what we can do to assist. Kurgats can be scary, but hopefully we should be okay. Kurgats kind of looked after properly can be a real problem. Kurgats, if they just charge headstrong into us, shouldn't be too bad. We're taking out a few of them already, which is good. Trying to take out their horses as well. Kurgats off their horses are a lot less scary. Right, infantry cover go because they're coming in. Kurgat Lancers will hurt. They'll cause problems for us. But hopefully after that it should be a lot easier for us to deal with them. Okay, we are definitely winning though, which is good. Archers can charge now, should they wish. There's only 2 left, fine. We're doing pretty well here, I'm pretty happy about that. Okay, that's good. Battle 1. We're going to go for another 14 though. I'm happy just to charge in. And actually this is doing pretty well for our morale as well, which I'm happy about. I think our cavalry should be able to deal with their cavalry, I would hope anyway. Our cavalry is a lot more armoured than theirs are, as a general rule. Our horses isn't, but the horses of the Contatorios and the Dark Knights most certainly are. And we can go from there. There we go, knock out you. And our other melee troops on foot are arriving now, which is good. Just missed him, that's unfortunate. Hopefully we'll be able to chase him down. Not if this Dark Knight gets in the way though. But there we go. Battle 1. That's one of the forces that we had to deal with at Huithril dealt with, so that's a positive thing. Rolf and Shavi don't like each other. Shavi's don't have time for a petty dispute. Let's see if we can keep Rolf on side. Looks like they're actually leaving Huithril, which is nice. Pop in here to the tavern. Ryibelet's here. Some more Yofas. No elites are willing to join us as usual. We do need to up our food intake for sure. So let's sell all this. And then grab what food we can. There's not a lot of food here. We will pick up some chicken, even though I wouldn't normally. Let's wait here for some time, see what happens. Looks like they're actually leaving. Ryibelet is no longer under siege either. But Ryibelet's also a lot weaker at the moment. Let me just pop in these prisoners to the tower, and we'll also just try to get our morale back quickly. In our standard way of just throwing all the troops inside and going from there. By the way, I think there might be a way for us to do that quicker if we speak to our constable. Patrols and troop movement. I want to move troops to another location. No, it doesn't look like we can do that. Oh, we can just like transfer them, that's cool. Okay, that's fine, we'll just do it manually. Put the Yofas in, then all these other troops. Because also, now having a bigger force, it's obviously taking more morale. And we're fighting Road Orc troops as well, which means that our own Road Orc troops will have lower morale, which is never particularly good. I do want my morale back, that's for sure. 140 dinars, wonderful. And I'll do this as well, because I know it loses honour, but we just need the positive morale that we get from it. And we'll just take our troops back. And thankfully the morale is now high. Even though they weren't actually there for the drinking and the ladies of the night, they still considered they were. Which is excellent. And we probably do want to pick up some other food. Maybe we can do that at Suno. So we can head towards Ryibelet just to keep it defended in case we need to. Yep, as expected. Oh, 2 separate besiegements. That's going to be hard for us to deal with. Yes. Oh, our debts are growing considerably. Right, who can we get to Ryibelet in time? Agelon might be able to hold out longer. Swedians have attacked the northern lands. Swedes have attacked the Rodox. Sanders have attacked the Dark Knights. Nothing that actually technically involves us. I think we can save... I was about to say we can save Ryibelet. We can't quite. That's incredibly unfortunate. We were not quick enough, and Gelon is also going to fall if we don't get over there. There's a great host, unfortunately, at Gelon. Or was it Gelon? Interesting. The problem is, the only issue now is that trying to retake Ryibelet is going to be a real pain because it's a siege tower. Attack, so it's going to just take a long time to do that. We might be better off taking something else. We could take Grunwald off the Saronids, I suppose, because we are at war with them, I believe. Yeah, we are at war with them, so Grunwald is actually closer to us and might be a softer target. That's not a soft amount of troops inside, though. That's unfortunate. That's going to make things less easy for us to fight. It's unfortunate. We will call things apart there. A little bit of a shorter episode today, I'm afraid. Don't have much time to record, but more coming soon indeed. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.